Let's go to the Emirates Stadium where you were residing over your beloved Arsenal's 5-0 drubbing of
Yes.
Crystal Palace. From me, just observing the game, I felt like Palace let themselves down, to be honest. I think that first half was quite a nothing game. You scored 2 set pieces and didn't really offer much outside of those set pieces. Like, you didn't create much chances.
Yeah.
At halftime, how are you feeling? Were you alarmed? Were you...
It was a bit like, this is the thing about human beings. This is being humans repug. Because we were 2-0 up at halftime. Yeah. But you know what I kept thinking in the back of my head? Like, they're 2 set piece goals, isn't it? Like,
yeah, bro.
Do you know what I mean?
I saw
like
a tweet.
Dry.
It felt dry. The other day, yeah. Someone put a tweet with like, do you know Lee Gunner when England are playing in the Euros or the World Cup and he doesn't celebrate Kane's goals?
Yeah.
He said they tweeted like 2 set piece goals and they showed the celebration, but he's not celebrating. That's how I feel when my team scores a set piece.
I mean,
that's
how I feel. It's them ones. Like at halftime, it was like, look, it's 2. What was important? Arsenal needed to win. We hadn't won. We had 1 win in 7, something like that. We needed to win. I couldn't give a damn how that win happened, right? But at halftime, I was like, cool. You know what I'm saying? And at 2-0, I think the game was dead. In all honesty, Palace, by the way, we've given them the night off. We've been too light on Crystal Palace, Oscar. This team has been shambolic for a long time, and we've not said anything about it. 1 win in 11 games, and put it this way, 6 wins in the last 22 games. Oscar, this team has been awful. This team has been awful. And you looked at their performance. I mean, at the moment, the fans are not happy. They're screwing at Hodgson. Hodgson's sort of like, these lot don't know how good they got it. He's giving it that. Post-match, he was saying, it wasn't really a 5-0, it was a 3-0, really. The 2 goals at the end with Martinelli were like were hit on the break. The high line Palace were playing was unreal. And the thing is, people like Mark Gay and Tyreek Mitchell were blowing after half an hour. I see them panting. And I'm thinking, what? You lot are centre halves. What are you not getting out of breath for? Like, do you know what I mean? And then you realise, look at Martinelli's goals, for example, or even Trossard's goal, how high up they are. Now, I know some of them were counter-attacks, and it was like, they had men in the Arsenal area. But it was far too, it was so, like, Hodgson, I think, will get the sack between now and the next game. Because it was so poor. It was so bad. And the Palace fans have had enough.
But the first thing I know was, let me read the Stars comment. He says, I'm sorry, but I think it's time Palace go down. They've provided hella mandem opportunities, but they've been here for 10 years now and they've not done anything. Here's my thoughts. When I saw the team come out for Crystal Palace and I saw that Elise was not in it, I said, oh dear. This means that it's Eze on his own, Eze hoop job. And fair play to Eze. He balled out as he always does, but the guy had absolutely nothing. No outlets. Mateta just occupying space on his ones. No wingers. Like, who was on the wing for them? They have fullbacks on the wing. Who was there?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The wingers
they had nothing, bro. Like, there was no game plan. Like, I remember when Forest came to Arsenal, and it was like, okay, cool. We'll give you, like, we're gonna sit back and you're gonna have the ball, but we're at least gonna counterattack you with pace. Like, this Palace team had nothing, no pace, no technical ability. I mean, they had Lerma and Hughes in the middle doing their thing.
I mean,
not enough.
I think it was Jeffrey Schlupp was one of them. And I want to say Richards. I can only assume it was Chris Richards, who I'd never heard of.
Yeah, I'd never heard of. I said, who's this big you? I don't know who he was. I had to look on the board. I was like, who's number 26?
Yeah, I had no idea who he was. And yeah, it was a very, very odd, weird one. It was so weird. I mean, yeah, it was just weird. But then they brought on Matthias Franco and people like that. But yeah, it was a bizarre. And the thing is, I was, I like to watch a lot of previews to the game. And from the Palace perspective, everybody who's a Palace fan was like, bro, we're dead. Like, Arsenal going to carve us up. And we were obviously, the Arsenal talk was like, Arsenal haven't won and we're in bad form, blah, blah. But the Palace fans were like, nah. And even like people that talk about Palace, they were like, nah, we are dead. This is not going to be good. They're going to be in a hiding to nothing. And, 5-0, it doesn't look good reading for Palace. But Oscar, they've been bad for a long time.
Yeah.
And we're just not saying anything about it.
But I think it's like they're back to when they sacked Hodgson the first time.
I
Like,
guess.
like Hodgson was like, oh yeah, he's here now and he's keeping us up. So it was like fighting on desperation. But I think realistically, Palace have enough quality to not go down anyway. Like no matter who the manager is, like if you just get these players to be motivated, they have enough quality to stay in the league. So I don't think what Hodgson did last season was like the most miraculous thing. But now they've just regressed back into normal service. Shout out to Balotelli's 11-12 only premises. He says, what people don't understand is that Palace has been held back by the comfortability of being in the league. We've been held back by Parish. It's time for him to leave. I love this comment because we've learned today that Balotelli is now taking on that Crystal Palace fanship. Like he's done with Manchester City, and he's coming back to his London roots and supporting a local club. We love that, bro. We love that. You have been held back by Parish. You have.
I mean, can we blame Parish? I don't know. Like I guess you can because the appointments, but like they didn't give Vieira the chance, did they? Because Vieira got sacked for less. He got sacked for less.
He got sacked for less.
Look at where Palace are now. Yeah, I don't remember. Oscar, I remember Palace were playing all the big guns, right? And they were getting beat by everybody that's a big team. Hodgson comes in with a run that is like the best run you could ask for, and he won like 4 in 5. And they were all giving it large. And then they gave him a new contract. I think it was to stay on beyond the summer. And that was the mistake. And you just sort of think, you know what? I mean, they've got quality. Don't get me wrong. They've got players where you look at Elise, you look at Eze. I'm struggling after that, but that Mateus Franca guy looks pretty decent. I think they spent a lot of money on him and they barely play him, which I find odd. But yeah, they're just flat to deceive. As for Arsenal, though, man, you make Gabriel Martinelli mad, and boy, the guy comes off the bench. Wow. What do you mean? Oh, look what happens. Yeah, he come off the bench and literally straight in, like, you know what I mean? He was straight in, and it's just the finishing that we've been asking for.
Pete, you switched over to Arsenal very quickly, but I wanted to jump back on the
Palace.
Vieira.
Yeah, go for it, man.
I don't think romanticizing the Vieira time is what we need to do right now. Assad says Vieira went 3 games without a shot on goal. Like, come on.
I mean, like, that can happen, isn't it? That can happen.
No, it can't happen. No, that can happen.
I'm sorry.
3
Guys,
games.
Oscar, can 1 win in 11 happen? Can 6 wins
in 22 minutes?
Can 6 wins in 22 happen?
No. I don't think that's gonna lie.
But the thing is,
up to 3 games.
No one here is defending. No one here is defending
the centre forward. Who's Palace's centre forward? Come on, like we can say no goals in the. Name me the Palace centre forward. Name me the Palace centre forward. By the way, it's kicking off at the Amex Stadium. De Zerbi and Gary O'Neill. Oh, it's cheeky. Yeah, he's gonna get sent off. He's gonna get. Who is that? Sorry, guys. So there's been a stamp. Oh, Mr. Dawson, you let yourself down there, son. He's stamped on. I think it's number 14, Adam Lallana, and for some strange reason, wow, it's kicking off at the Amex. By the way, just a lot of controversy. Craig Pawson, the referee, is coming over to the Wolves bench, booking coaches left, right, and centre. If VAR are looking at this challenge by Craig Dawson, mate, he is going to be gone. It's a shocking. He stamps on Lallana after a tackle. He just stamps on him. Referees wave play on. You're joking. Get this VAR in the bin now. Get it in the bin now. Do you know I found another reason why I hate VAR, AD? Because I can't announce a goal at the Emirates until like after an hour later after the frigging kickoff. How long it takes for them to check this nonsense is ridiculous. Anyway, you guys still want to talk Palace?
No, I'm done with Palace. Now it's time, Peter, for us to talk about Arsenal's attack.
Yeah, it was good on Saturday. Yeah. It was good on Saturday. Do you know what I mean? I think little things that I noticed in the game where there's that desire, like the Martinelli goals, for example, or the Trossard goal, or even the Gabriel goal, for example. Like there was a bit of desire in terms of like the eagerness. Like Raya grabs the ball in one of the counterattacks, right? And as soon as Raya's got the ball, Jesus is on the run, Trossard's on the run, players are on the run. They're ready to move, kind of thing. And with that, I thought there's a bit of more desire than what we've had in previous games. In previous games, we've been, if Gabriel doesn't score in the first, whatever it is, 5 minutes of the game, we could be looking at another slow game at the Emirates. But the game wasn't necessarily that fast, but it was so controlled. But Palace were so bad. So both helps. But, people like Eddie, Emil Smith-Rowe, Martinelli, getting good minutes. Jorginho getting good minutes. Jorginho sending a lovely ball to Martinelli for the second goal, for Martinelli's second goal. It's a crisp ball. It was awful defending, but yeah.
Do you understand why people think Arsenal fans are just the most insufferable humans?
Go on.
I saw a tweet that literally said Jorginho's 20-minute cameo was some of the best stuff I've seen him play since he moved to England. I said, this man played a starring role in a Champions League win. This man was a starter in a Euros win for his country. But 20 minutes against Palace was the moment you realized he was a good player. Get out of it, man.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
What I wanted to talk about, Pete, is we had a conversation earlier on in the season. I think it was another Arsenal 5-0 win. Who did you beat 5-0 earlier? Was it Sheffield United?
Sheffield United.
You beat Team Sheffield United, and it sparked a conversation around.
What was Burnley? I'm trying to think. Burnley was what?
You beat somebody 5-0.
Sheffield United, definitely. It was definitely Sheffield United was one of them. Definitely. Yeah, sorry, go on.
It sparked a conversation around a one Kai Havertz and the fact that how can a team win 5-0 and said attacking player has no goals, no assists, nothing to contribute. I feel like this weekend we found ourselves in a similar position.
Oh, God.
Not only with just Kai Havertz, because of course Kai is going to be Kai, but also with a young Bukayo Saka, who seemed to flatter to deceive on the weekend.
I can't lie. I forgot he was playing. I can't lie. But also, Gabriel, one of Gabriel's goals got chalked for an own goal, right?
So I would have picked his assist, I suppose.
So Saka's assist was taken away from him because he got the assist.